This is Alan Stone, coming to you live from Wheat City Magazine. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Check. Cool. Alright, this is from that spot.
Sing when I was a kid, singing, like trying to mimic, soul music and the records that I loved when I was like 16, like 15, 16. I would just spend hours trying to do runs, like trying to figure out how artists like Stevie Wonder and Marvin and them did runs. Please find love.
We're doing that?
For me, this record, I got to a point where I was like, all right, I'm gonna dig deep into my pockets and try to get a band out and try to tour around with the band full time. And so I think I grew in that regard. I was able to bring people out to play with me, so I felt comfortable creating a record that exemplified that. And then also the producers I work with, they played a gigantic role in how the second record sounded as compared to the first record. I met Brent, kind of local cat playing with soul musicians in the area, and just asked him, like, hey, like, you're the dopest bass player I know, get me the dopest everything else, and he did. But I don't know, like, defining music to me is tough, because it's like saying that Roger Clemens was a better pitcher than Randy Johnson. It's like personal opinion, and you can fight till the day you die. Like, you're never gonna prove your point. So for me, singing is like very therapeutic, and so I grew up singing in the church, and so when I sing, it's like I go back to that safety of growing up, and the safeness that I felt in my little church growing up, and with my family. I wish I could stay independent. I wish I could do it, but it's just there's too much. I've got 5 band members. I've got a tour manager, a manager, a booking agent, a publicist. I already have a label basically that I'm running myself, except I'm bankrolling everything. Because people get behind artists who aren't signed. They want artists to not be signed. They don't want them a part of that corporate dirt. Creative control is the number one. That's what's not having some big executive in New York City tell you what to write and who to write it for and when to write it and where to play and who you're going to play with. Not having that is a blessing, but Drake or something, that guy did it the perfect way. But I'm not convinced he wasn't signed 3 years before he just told people he was signed. I don't have any facts to prove that Drake was being bankrolled by Lil Wayne. A lot in my life, and even before I moved to Seattle, I had traveled a considerable amount with my family. Getting a chance to seeing who shows up at certain specific shows, like in Seattle, there's like a demographic in Seattle that shows up, and then there's a specific demographic that shows up in DC or shows up in New York, and that's very interesting to me. I don't know, it hasn't presented itself yet as far as it hasn't presented itself yet as far as like creeping into my writing style, but You know, when I start writing my next record, we'll see. You know?